guess what? Fuck you, and fuck you too. You're all a bunch of pussios. And yeah, that's about it. Blue Locks review. Let's go. Listen, I know I'm like a whole month and a half late to this whole Blue Locks thing, but I have my reasons for doing what I did. So leave me alone, you scums. Your mothers don't love you anyway. Trust me, I would know. Anyway, I reviewed the first episode of this show all the way back in October or some shit like that. And in that review, I mentioned that the show had a lot of potential. And I mean a lot of fucking potential. So I gave it a relatively high rating of something. I actually don't remember what the fuck I put. Okay, so apparently I gave it a 67 out of 80, which isn't too bad. But now there's a whole 23 more episodes that have been released. So I'm gonna have to change that score to something different. Now, is that score gonna be higher or is it gonna be lower? I don't know, man. You're gonna have to watch the entire video to find out. I swear to God, if you don't watch this entire video and ruin my watch, I'm gonna find you and take you to an alleyway and give you 100 spoilers. I know what the One Piece is. Don't fuck with me. Okay, why? I can't conceptualize why some of you don't know what Blue Locks is. Why do I need to do this section? You know, fuck it, man, who cares? We have this kid here. He's a bit shit at football. Foot fucking ball. To the point where he loses this little tournament thing he's doing with his school. Now, on the way home, he turns into a little bitch, knowing that he lost his chances at being the greatest football player ever. Anyway, not all hope is lost. When he gets home, he gets invited to this program called Blue Locks. Now, what is Blue Locks? Blue Locks is a football training program that takes kids who have potential in the sport and aims to train them to become the best striker in the world. At the end of Blue Locks, one person, the best and the most egotistical of all the 300 initial players, will emerge victorious and will become the striker of the Japanese team. And with this new striker, they will win the 2022 World Cup. It's finally run by this goth emo looking ass motherfucker who watches over the entire program. That's all you need to know. I apologize to those of you who could give 4 flying fucks the next section, please. Honestly, and I'm being very honest here, I love the way the characters are built and portrayed throughout the anime. Whether they're just in a match or just chilling eating food somewhere, they're still amazing. Each character that has some type of relevance doesn't only look unique, but they feel unique too. None of the characters even feel remotely similar to each other in how they're shown. Each character has a very distinctive personality given to them, and each one is also given as much depth as the main character. The ability of an author to do this within not just anime and manga, but fiction in general as well is something very rare. And it's very clear that Muneyuki Kaneshiro, the mangaka, has this very amazing and very special ability. And with this ability, he has not only created amazing, memorable characters that are also in-depth and intricate, but he also knows how to use them and utilize them in almost every situation. And he does it well. This thing that he does with the characters is something that really enhances the experience one goes through when watching the show. And what makes it even better is that the anime takes what the manga has done for these characters and just amplifies it to beyond levels of explanation. You see these phenomenal characters who just exist on a 2D page turn into these almost realistic, flourishing people who have real goals, real emotions, and real experiences, making any moment they're in 10 times more impactful than the last. And for those of you who have actually watched this show and seen this impact, you know it feels fucking inspirational. The entire experience you get from just the characters alone is something that many viewers, I believe, have never experienced before, which is probably one of the many reasons why the show is so popular. And I want to say so much more about the characters. I even want to explain why each and every one of them is so phasmatastical. But I don't want to make this video 3 hours long, so I'm just going to move on to the character development. Now, if I wasn't bum-licking the show enough already, then this might be the point at which I will. Holy fuck. And I mean holy fucking fuck, man. The way these are changed from little pussios who just want to work together and win the game, to now these ruthless killers who out of their greed and ego just want all the glory for themselves, is something that I can only describe as flawless. Honestly, every single major character goes through some type of change that enhances them, not only as a player in the pitch, but also as a character. And the best part of all of this is that they don't completely change. Many authors who change their characters in these types of ways end up having either a character with 2 personalities or a completely new character altogether. Now, I don't know how the Blue Locks mangaka has done this. He's gotten the original personalities and he somehow merged and molded them with new ones to create this beautiful concoction. And seeing this unfold before your eyes is something that I can't even describe. It helps to connect the viewer to these characters so much more, and as I said before, it makes them immensely more realistic. Now, I've seen this happen before with other characters, yes, but not at the speed at which it was displayed in Blue Locks. It's truly something different, and I can only continue to praise it. I don't know if you'd call it a power system in Blue Locks, but I honestly love the idea of weapons. Weapons are nothing shy of incredible. Yes, the way they are portrayed is not realistic, but the weapons themselves are. The weapon is something that can actually be done in real life, and I think that's just awesome. But here's the thing, even though I can obtain a weapon in real life, whether that be speed, strength, passing, shooting, dribbling, etc., the thing that confuses me is how the fuck is it so interesting? Well, you know how I said the way they're portrayed ain't that realistic? That ain't exactly a bad thing. If anything, it makes everything, and I mean every single fucking thing, more epic. I fucking love the fire ice thing they have going on. It just gives a sense of, oh shit, here we go again, but in a good way. Like, you're just there ready to see the most disrespectful, epic, jaw-widening, dick-crackling, I don't know what the fuck that is, and pussy-wrenching moves to ever exist in the existence of existing. I need to fucking relax, as the description that just came out of my mouth was fucking mad. Anyway, yeah. The light following the person as he dribbles through everyone, or even shoots, is something that can only be described as flabbergasting. It can send chills down your back that at some points even rival the likes of the big 3. Dare I not even say the likes of Dragon Ball. It makes not only the character look amazing, but it makes you feel amazing as well. And paired with the fact that the weapons are realistic, it makes you feel as if you can pull off something like that as well. Even though you can't because you're a fat wanker. You literally look like a fusion between a Discord mod and a Twitch mod. It ain't looking too good for you. Anyway, all I have to say is that the anime has done wonders for how these weapons and egotistical bursts are shown throughout the show. From the beginning straight to the end, I love the way the weapons are used, the cutscenes are shown, the way they show the characters moving, the way they sped up and slowed down time, the timing of the facial reactions shown, every fucking little and big thing was done exactly right and fucking perfectly. Honestly, all I can do is give them the applause and hope season 2, whenever it releases, will be just as amazing. And best believe I'm not waiting for that shit. I'm about to make Blue Locks my 5th ever manga. Should have done the story first, to be honest, but fuck it, is what it is. Bro, I don't know how the fuck they keep doing these, what's the word? Unexpected circumstances. 1 second you think you know what's going on, how everything may play out, and even what might happen next. But then all of a sudden, all of that is thrust into shit. And Mr. Muneyuki Kaneshiro goes, "You thought, bitch," and there's some completely new shit and you're there like, what the fuck? But the thing is, it's not even like it doesn't make sense. Bro, I can see how it actually happened. Like, I know how it got from there to there without me noticing. It just amazes me to see these plot twists, that's the word I was looking for earlier. Anyway, yeah, it amazes me to see how these plot twists randomly appear but perfectly slot into the story as if they're meant to be there. And it honestly just helps to improve the suspense so much more. When a person watches a normal show, they usually 70 to 80% of the time know what's gonna happen next. But here you're genuinely left in the dark. Is it gonna happen? Is it not gonna happen? I don't fucking know. And I love that. That's how all fictional stories should be, but sadly they're not. Also, before I move on, yeah, I love the concept. The whole becoming the best tournament training type thing, I love it. Great, amazing, and just, yeah, beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to tell you my favourite moment. So if you haven't reached episode 8 to 9 yet, then fuck right off, you dissimulated looking cunt. I'm pretty sure I can't say cunt, but fuck it, you're all cunts. Anyway, I'm actually going to get deleted off YouTube. Anyway, this scene with Chickadee, wait, how the fuck do you say this motherfucker's name? This scene with Chickadee where he unlocks his weapon is something that even as of right now is giving me chills. And I don't know what exactly is making this happen. Is it the movement? Is there a need for him to get this ability in order to stand a chance? Is it how the breaking of the train portrays his newly found freedom? Or is it just a mix of every fucking epic thing that could ever happen to one spectacular moment? Personally, I have no fucking clue. And I honestly wish I did. I remember seeing this scene when it was first released and I remember just sitting there, just pondering life and everything in general. It honestly just amazed me. Maybe it's the fact that it made me feel like I was a little kid watching Dragon Ball. Every time Goku would get a new form, I remember feeling a certain type of hype. That scene from Blue Locks gave me that Dragon Ball hype. That Dragon Ball hype that I had felt through my entire childhood all the way up to Mastered Ultra Instinct. That hype that had laid dormant within me for a total of 5 years had just now reignited as that scene was shown. And it truly made me feel like I was a little boy again. Watching all these amazing shows, wishing I could do the things in them. It helped me remember the times when I wish I had someone to talk to about these shows and hype moments. It made me feel as if I was that little boy again who just loved the experience of watching anime. The experience that slowly left me as I got older. And for it to come back for that very brief moment, it just brought me so much joy. Well, that made me feel like some bitch. Also, I did have someone to talk to for the Tournament of Power arc. That guy is still my boy to this day. You know who you are. Those are some good old days, I can't lie. Every Monday at break, we'd be there talking to each other, trying to figure out what the fuck just happened and what might actually happen next. I honestly wish I could go back to those times. Those were some good times. Anyway, I say anyway a lot. Anyway, enough bitching around. Every single show has a negative, even if it's something minor. And for Blue Locks, I'm gonna have to say it's his pacing on certain matches. Now, I don't know if it's due to the sheer amount of content from the manga or just the anime being a bit dodgy, but some of the matches would drag on a little too long. It sometimes got to the point where I just wanted it to hurry up and end because I was starting to get bored. It was quite obvious at some games that the team had to win or the main character would get kicked out. And that is what made some of these scenes a little bit boring. Because it went from is he gonna win to how is he gonna win it? And that basically removes half the fun. Now mixing the fact that it can take 2 to 3 episodes to finish one match and you can start to understand why it can get irritated. But other than that, this anime is doing great. Honestly, this part of it isn't even that bad. I'm just nitpicking the slight inconsistencies I can find. Alright, to finish the show, I'm gonna rate it and rank it. Now, only like 20 of you might actually know what I mean by ranking it. Basically, I made this video all the way back in October and I ranked the first episodes of all the top 7 anime of October 2022. Having already ranked 4 of these anime, now it's Blue Lock's turn. I originally placed this amazing show at 4th place, but said it had a lot of potential, and I mean a lot of fucking potential. Flashback. This shit is intriguing. Really intriguing. By far the most intriguing out of all of them. Yes, more than Bleach.
End of flashback.
And guess what? It didn't fucking disappoint in the slightest. Okay, before we start, yeah, let me just do this, because I don't know what the fuck I was thinking there. Anyway. Okay, Bleach fans, I'm sorry. It just, I don't know, man. I'm sure Bleach as a whole is better than the entire Blue Locks, but this season of Blue Locks is way better than part 1 of 1000 Year Blood War. It just is what it is, man. Bleach is getting started on its big arc, and this anime has already gone through 2, and on top of that is 24 episodes. So yeah, I'm sorry, man. But honestly, fuck you lot anyway. I don't like you Bleach fans. You're all just a bunch of dickheads. Now, looking at all the aspects I mentioned above, and adding the fact that the music, animation, art, and voice acting is all phenomenal, especially with my man at the end pulling through with a perfect British accent, I'm gonna have to rate the show a phenomenal 49 out of 53. Had the pacing been just a slight bit better, it might have actually entered the 50. But that one aspect brought it down, even if it's just by 1 point. And now, to finally end this 2,600 word review, thank you all for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to me because I'm a G, and also comment something, anything, I don't give a fuck. And peace. This scene with Chickadee. Okay, back to the video.